Hi. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's still morning time here in Hawaii. I don't know where you are, but having a glorious morning. Oh, that's hot. So, for the men, this one's for the men. I made a post earlier today about how the demographic majority of clientele that I work with are men. And that's true. And I love that about my business. It's not something that I planned for or tried to target my audience to be. It's just naturally what happens for me. The majority of the people that I work with are men. I do work with women too, but men seem to be a really great energetic match for me when it comes to energy and spiritual work. And somebody asked me on the post that I wrote earlier, why do I think it is that I work more with men? And that's something I've thought about a lot. And I really thought about it a little bit more this morning. And I think there's a few very strong, clear reasons why I am an energetic match to work with men. And the first reason being is that I have an energy for getting shit done. If you're going to step into a space to do energy work for me, with me, it's going to be a space where we are actually going to succeed and actually get shit done. We're actually going to make things happen. And I find that, and this might be tough for ladies listening, and let me tell you that I love working with women too. And this doesn't, cover everybody, but in my experience, men like to actually get shit done. And when they actually take the initiative to show up and go through a transformational experience or do spiritual work, they mean business. They're achievers and they like to actually make things happen and they don't bullshit around. And that's a perfect energetic match for me when it comes to working with clients, because that's the kind of work that I like to do. That's the kind of space that I like to hold. I like to help all people, but what gets me high, what I get off on, is working with people who actually show up and get shit done. And in my experience, the men are the ones who rise in that way with me, and it's fucking beautiful. Second reason being that I think that men are drawn to working with me is that I'm a woman. So I am the temple. I am a spiritual temple. And there's an experience that a man is going to have working with a woman that he just can't get anywhere else, that he can't do on his own. There's a space that we create together that is a balance, a masculine and feminine balance, a yin-yang balance. And bottom line is, I'm a woman, and I'm a very, very powerful woman at that, and that is attractive for men. And when they want to do spiritual work, that seems to be a space that they're drawn to. And when I work with men in sessions, and just in sessions in general, I have a very unconditional love energy that I bring to the space. And a lot of the work that I do is very deep emotional work that is actually in the heart space. I work on dissolving the walls around your heart space so that we can really get in there and really get at the heart of what's going on. I believe that everything comes from an energetic place, and going into the heart is the easiest way to get there and to get through the blocks and start figuring out how to find our way out. And so when we're working in session together, I have the power to bring multiple feminine energies into the space. I am a mother, so I have a very mothering energy. I am a woman, and I am a woman who is consistently evolving herself and expanding and working on herself, so I bring in a very strong divine feminine energy. I also naturally bring in a sensual energy when I'm working with a man, because I am the opposite of the man, and men like working in that space, and it's beautiful. I'm also fully aware that a lot of times men who desire to work with me, they have this feeling that actually what they're processing inside is they're attracted to me for some reason. And I am fully aware that one of the reasons a lot of men seek out work with me is because they think they're maybe interested in dating me or trying to connect with me on some level. And you know what? Whatever it takes, I'm fully aware that that's sometimes how the connection begins. But I also know that what they're really looking for is a deeper spiritual experience. And I'm a spiritual technician that can make that happen with men. So I welcome that energy, and my apologies in advance for those of you who think that that's what the attraction is, but really what it's going to be is going to be an undercover transformational experience. We're really going to do spiritual work, and if an attraction to me is confusing, but it's what gets you in the door to help you get to your next level, then step right up. Another energy that I bring that I feel is attractive to men is I have somewhat of an alpha energy. And sometimes the word alpha can have a negative stigma attached to it. But the actual true definition of alpha is the brightest star in the constellation. And so men are explorers, they're wanderers, and they are navigators of this life. And a shiny, bright star, the shiniest, brightest star in the constellation, is going to be attractive to them, and it's going to be a guiding light. And so, yes, I do bring alpha energy into the sessions, and that kind of unfolds in different ways. I have a very good way of being dominating, and men like that energy. It works well for them. Sometimes men are in this place where they're the leaders, or they're the responsible ones, or they're the ones in charge, or they have all these burdens for all of these things that they have to take care of. And sometimes they just want a woman to be able to take the lead. And in my experience, it feels good for men to be told what to do sometimes. And I definitely bring that into the space when we're working together. And I do have dominating energy when I work with women too, but let's face it, women are going to be much more resistant to being in a space with me where they feel dominated. Men, on the other hand, they love that shit, and it's a really good, effective way for us to get shit done. Because a lot of the times what energy work is and what coaching is it's you stepping into a space with someone who is going to help you to look at your bullshit and help you to see where you are blocking yourself, and to give you a little bit of tough love and a dose of domination to say, what the fuck are you doing? Let's get it together. And that goes well. It goes over really well in a client coaching, mentorship arrangement. Let's see, what else here? I think a simple also reason why a lot of my clients are men is because my referral word of mouth business is definitely a great part of how I find my clients. And I tend to have like a little bit of a demographic of men who are coming from a place where they're maybe more in a corporate environment, or they're more in this conditioned space to have to work really hard, be high achievers, be high earners. A lot of men highly educated, and they are driven to have this responsibility that they have to grow up and take care of everything, and they have to like seek out these really intense situations for themselves, like the intense situation of working and living in a corporate world environment. And I tend to find men who are on this path where they're wanting more from their life and they're starting to do more self-discovery. I work with clients a lot of the time who specifically have found their way into the plant medicine world, and they're starting to open more into their divine masculine selves, and they're starting to realize that they want more purpose out of their life, and they want to follow their hearts more. And it's a scary place sometimes for men, because as a man, we are programmed, and I can't say we, as men are programmed to be the providers and to be the bread earners and to be the ones that have to have so much responsibility. They can find it hard sometimes to soften into following their hearts and being true to their hearts, and realizing that they have a deeper passion and purpose for being here on this earth. And I'm a really great landing place for that. I have a lot of success under my belt with clients who have made grand transitions from living that more programmed lifestyle to softening into living their life from their heart. And I have a great balance of experience of, working in corporate environments, but also staying true to my heart and expanding through mind expansion practices and helping to give permission to people to follow their hearts. And so I naturally have a large referral business of clientele that are men that are kind of going through that rite of passage, if you will. Yes. So what else? Men. And, one of the things that I have to say is, like, when you're offering services and you're trying to share your gifts with the world, you're going to be most lit up by the matches that are energetically in alignment for you. And I'm a guy's girl. I've always been that way. I've always gotten to be the girl who got to hang out for guys' night. I was always the one who had the exception, and I was allowed to come along. And so I've just naturally been around men, and men light me up. And I just genuinely love working with them. I love the balance, even in my own personal life. The majority of my close relationships and my close friends and the people that I spend my time with are men. Even in my own household, I live with a little tiny men. I'm just consistently surrounded in masculine energy, and I resonate well there, and I understand that space. I wanted to speak out on this today because I genuinely am coming from a place where I really want to align with my most energetic matches. And I woke up today with this feeling of, I need to tell the world that I love working with men, and that men are the primary source of my clientele, and they're the ones that are working with me. I know there's a lot of people out there right now watching me and wondering if I'm a guide for them, and I have some programs open right now, and I just wanted to speak to you if you're a man and tell you that I absolutely love working with your energy, and I love creating a really beautiful, nurturing, loving space that will help you to rise into the man that you would like to be. And I think that is important work in the world, and one of my greatest callings as a woman. I want to tell you about what I have to offer you right now. A lot of you may be wondering what's available or how to step into container space with me. And so I'm going to just tell you how it is that you can access working together with me right now. I have a few different opportunities. My number one favorite, most beautiful, expansive, over-the-top offering that I have is called Spirit Guide to the Rescue. And that is my full one-day immersion program where I fly to you wherever you are in the world, and I create a sacred ceremony just for you. We dive deep, we spend an entire day together, and we go through all the things. It's emotional, it's perspective, it's strategic, it's multidimensional, it's psychedelic. We break down the walls of your heart and really go into an emotional space and get to the bottom of why you feel the way that you feel. We create action plans for you to help you figure out how to step into the next level of your life, how to further dive into your passion. And we create an actual plan for you. And the ceremony is filled with beauty. It's filled with deep connective moments. It's filled with magic. It's filled with a really beautiful balance of feminine and masculine energy. I feel like a lot of times I operate in my masculine energy, even though I resonate deeply with the female that I am. I know the masculine energy very well. That's how I have led in the majority of my life to achieve the things that I want to achieve and get to the places that I want to get. And so I understand masculine energy very well, but have the ability to bring in the balance with the feminine aspects of myself too. So Spirit Guide to the Rescue, that is my most sacred offering that I have. In addition to that, I work with clients one-on-one for more individualized session work, and that can be done at a distance. I work in 30 and 90-day contracts. I don't like to work with clients for a very long time because I feel that the point of working with spiritual guides and energy coaches is to actually get shit done And so I don't think that we have to create these long-term relationships. So I work in 30 and 90-day contracts, and that's one-on-one work where we actually have Skype sessions. And in addition to that, you have unlimited access to me through things like voice text. I also have another service called Magic Button Micro Coaching, and that is something that opens up at the beginning of every month. I have a couple spaces open for June, and what that is it's a more casual container. It's more of a support system. It's literally you having a magic button that you can press to help you process whatever it is that you're working on. I conduct this service through the Voxer app, which is a free app, and it's unlimited voice messaging. And that's been a really fun container to start exploring. I just started working with that style of coaching over the last month, and it's been really beautiful. One of the favorite clients that I have that I work with is a man, and I love being able to support him in that way in a distance. It's been a really beautiful exchange. And the last way that I'm offering support right now is I have a group program that's getting ready to launch on June 1st. It's called Permission Granted. And that's a group container. It's for people who maybe like to play power in numbers, like to be around other people. It's for people who are maybe more beginning on their journey of seeking support or guidance from mentors and coaches like myself. And that's going to be catered to people who are just looking for more permission to be themselves and to live the life that they want to live. I live my life dedicated to the 4 principles of do what you want, when you want, where you want, and with who you want. And that's what that whole program is designed around. I'll be doing live coaching sessions with Q&A. We'll be giving you alignment work and inspiration for you to work on throughout the month. And you'll have access to me in the group container, access to my vaults of knowledge and experience from all of the mentors and guides that I've worked with throughout my journey of awakening. And that's kind of it in a nutshell. That's how I'm offering service right now. And I really mostly just wanted to come on here and give honor and cheers to the beautiful men out there who are desiring more from their life and who are wanting to open more into themselves and to go deeper into their emotions and really find a way to embody the bigger selves that they know lives inside of them in this society, in this time. We're going through a, grand universal awakening, but I believe there's still a lot of men out there who are feeling a little bit lost or feeling like they need guidance or are starting to understand things in a more spiritual, emotional way, but they're just not quite sure how to fully embody it for themselves, but they know that they want more and they know that they want to connect deeper, not only for their lives just on a personal level, but for how they show up in the world in regards to business and purpose, and also for learning how they can best relate to their partners and to the balance of their energy, which is the feminine. So yes, I am woman. I am a woman. I am a temple. And I invite you to step into this temple with me. I would love to serve you, and I enjoy playing with your beautiful masculine energy so very much. I hope this was helpful, and I hope if you were looking for a sign or you were feeling called to me, that this will encourage you to step forward into the temple. I am here to support you, and I am here to balance you and to help you rise. Thank you. Aloha.